Welcome back to the channel, guys. So, something a little bit different, not Vermont living related, but I figured I would talk about what's going on in the building materials construction industry right now. As I'm sure a lot of you are aware, prices have gone through the roof since last year. Since the beginning of, since the start of COVID, prices have actually gone through the roof. We've dealt with shortages of materials. If you can get it and you can afford it, you may have to wait, long lead times. So a little bit of history, or not history, a little bit of background. I have been in construction for a long time, 25 years. 25 years, yeah, we'll call it that. Started off as a mechanical insulator, went from there to the electrical fields, was an electrician for a lot of years, licensed in the state of Vermont, got my master electrician license. I did that, and then from there, I moved to Home Depot. I worked for Home Depot for several years, and then I did water restoration as a project manager for a company in Vermont, and then from that I had a handyman service for a few years, back to Home Depot, and then I now work for another company in sales. So I do sales in construction, lumber, building materials. I do quotes, takeoffs, order material, windows, doors. Basically, I don't do kitchens, and I don't sell a lot of electrical or a lot of plumbing. Basically, it's your framing and finished materials. I've been doing that now for approximately 4 years. I think 4 years. Yeah, going on 4 years now. So this all started back in. Started back in 2019, end of 2019, going into 2020. So 2019, the demand was off a little bit for lumber building materials. And when I say lumber building materials, I'm encompassing the whole house project. I'm talking your lumber, your sheathing, your engineered wood products, your siding, your windows, your doors, basically the whole shell of the house. So demand was off a little bit in 2019. So 2020 rolls around. Production companies, manufacturers geared up to, okay, demand was off a little bit, so we're going to scale back a little bit. And then March of 2020 happens, shuts everything down, except for those who were deemed essential. In Canada, my understanding from what we've been told by buyers and wholesalers is that some of the mills there were deemed non-essential, shut them down. In the U.S., the mills were deemed essential. They continued to operate, but they scaled back because a lot of construction was shut down for 2 to 3 months. So towards the beginning, everything got scaled down. And then the DIYers, everybody who was home, staying home, working from home, people who were laid off and got the additional, $600 a month in unemployment. So you have 40 million people who are now jobless, getting unemployment, getting the additional government money plus the stimulus money. Demand absolutely skyrocketed. People were like, well, we can't go anywhere. Let's put a deck on. Let's reside the house. Let's put some new windows in. Let's build an addition. So demand in, I would say, June, July, absolutely skyrocketed. Hence shortages. And then the mills couldn't keep up with the demand. Mills had to be shut down because of employees catching COVID. You had there's already a trucking shortage, so the truckers couldn't keep up with what needed to be delivered. It was just basically this big, huge ripple effect that happened that caused all these major shortages, price increases. There was a point in time where Trex decking, the composite decking, we couldn't get it. I could not get it, and if I could get it, it was 5, 6, 7, 8 to 12 weeks out if we were going to get it. Shingles, I know now, shingles ran into the same thing where they couldn't keep up with the demand. So it's just a big snowball effect that happened. It just got worse and worse and worse, and towards September and October of 2020 last year, I'm looking at the prices because I do this is what I do every single day. I look at prices, I read the articles, I look at forecasts, and I'm like, oh my God, this is okay. Demand's going to stop. I've said that since probably August, September, October of 2020, demand hasn't stopped. It's continued. It's increased some. It backed off a little bit, but now spring's breaking in the northeast, basically places they get winter. Well, winter's done, so now it's building season, and demand's increasing again. And pricing has doubled, if not tripled, on some building materials. So we're currently running into shortages with some pressure treated materials, and lead times. We can get material. I can order you some windows. I can order you some doors. You're talking 8 to 12 weeks right now to get windows and doors. So it's continuing. And it's going to continue. Just received some email. I get emails every single day from purchasers and purchasing departments, and they let us know of price increases. Windows and doors. They've gone through a couple of price increases. Lumber, the commodity stuff, your lumber fluctuates on a weekly, if not daily basis. Prices will fluctuate up and down, similar to what you see with gas prices. You have a hurricane. Texas shuts down, the refinery shut down, the rig shut down, and gas spikes up, goes way up. And then it gets back to normal, but the prices, they slowly trickle down. You're going to see that with lumber and building materials. The prices are going to drop. I don't know when. If I knew that, I would be extremely wealthy because I could time the markets and all that, but I can't do that. So I don't know when it's going to happen. Nobody can. There's a couple of buyers and industry experts who have been saying that the market's going to drop, and then it doesn't drop, and then there's a price correction coming, and the price correction never happens. So I think they're just blowing smoke, using their best educated guess. My best educated guess, having been doing this for as long as I have, is I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If you are in the process of building, if you're in the process of looking to do renovations, be prepared for price increases, be prepared for shortages. If you can afford to get the material, my advice, and this is what I've done, I've got a couple of house builds going on with some contractors right now, and I pre-sold the entire package. They pre-bought the entire framing package, and we delivered it. It's there, it's on site. They're still waiting for the foundations to go in, but their framing stuff is there. Their prices, they're locked in. They had a contract. They had to meet that contract. So they pre-bought all the material. Just got an email this morning that there's some latex materials for the manufacturing of latex products. Your drywall mud, the joint compound, latex caulking, some paints. There are shortages that are starting to happen now because of the raw material shortages. So you're going to see drywall mud, the joint compound. You're going to run into shortages with that. You're going to run into limited availability on caulking. So what I've heard is that they're going to actually discontinue doing a lot of the colored caulking, and they're going to stick with like the basic white, clear, kind of a latex caulking, and that's it for right now. You're also going to run into issues with drywall, gypsum board. It is just unprecedented times. So I just want to kind of give everybody a heads up, and I know this is a little bit off topic of what the channel's about, but with the knowledge that I have, I figured I'd let you guys know, and hopefully you got a little bit of what the hell's the word I'm looking for? Hopefully you got a little bit of education. Hopefully you found this informative and kind of explaining what the hell's going on with all of the construction and the home price increases, or the building increases and the shortages and all that stuff. So I would appreciate a thumbs up if you found this video enjoyable. So all right, that's all I've got. You have any comments or questions, hit me up down below. If you need any help with any building materials, questions, all that kind of stuff. I work for a company that's local, but if you're, regardless of where you are, if you've got questions or comments or, want some advice on material, then by all means, hit me up. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and remember, somebody loves you.